Hey guys, how we doing? So we're back on another video from the Annie News, and it's an Overlord related video. We're doing an explanation video. So in the Albedo one, we learnt that, well, I learnt anyway because I wasn't aware. She has she's got two sisters, and they're not in the anime, but obviously they're in the original source material. And I am super intrigued because Albedo, her name, is the third stage of the creation of the Philosopher's Stone. The first and third stage, I'm guessing, are the names of the first and third stage of, you know, the naming of the sisters. So, NIGREDO and RUBEDO? I'm looking at the title here. So, yeah, let's do this. Because I want to know. I love Overlord, I'm learning all this stuff about these characters, and I think it's really interesting, especially now that we've got no Overlord at the moment. I need my fix. I need to know, man. So this is who are Albedo's sisters? Albedo's sisters, NIGREDO, RUBEDO, explained.
Yes, Albedo does have two sisters.
Cool.
And yes, they were both cut out from the anime.
Lame.
But for a good reason, I'm sure, since there's not even enough information on the two of them to cover a full 5-minute video.
Right.
But here's a video on them anyway, just
Cool.
because I know some of you are dying to know more
I
about
really
them.
want to know.
So let's take a look at two of Anime Nazarik's most mysterious entities.
Oh wow,
As
so
I
not
had
even a
mentioned
picture for the
last
second
episode,
one.
All three of their names stem from the three stages that are required to produce the ancient artifact known as the Philosopher's Stone.
Cool.
Due to Tabula's passion for all things related to the ancient occult, it's fairly clear that alchemy had a heavy influence on him and his creation. Since, after all, the first stage is NIGREDO, the older sister, the second Albedo, and the third is RUBEDO, the youngest. But not only were each of his creations named after his love for lore and alchemy, but he also modeled and designed them in accordance to each of his three passions, which just so happened to coincidentally align with the meaning of each of their names. If we look at NIGREDO first, her name means blackening and is symbolic of putrefaction and decomposition.
Right.
As such, NIGREDO also embodied the form of Tabula's love for the horror genre.
Right.
Visually, she looks like she was the animated version of that chick from The Grudge.
Yeah, I was going to say The Grudge,
long,
yeah.
wavy black hair that's meant to hide her supposedly terrifying face. NIGREDO's creation was merely meant to be a prank on the other guildmates. Everything from her character design to the bedroom that she stayed in, and even the AI scripts that she was given, seemed to have been copy-pasted directly from a horror movie.
Cool.
Remember, Tabula liked to fill Nazarik with these stupid little gimmicks and weird mechanisms.
Yeah.
So he made NIGREDO's room one where if you entered, you'd come across a hunched-over NIGREDO, mourning softly while she cradles this baby in the corner of this poorly lit room.
Weird.
As if to immediately recognize your presence, she would look down at the baby and become agitated as she comes to the realization that what she's been cuddling was nothing more than a doll. As this happens, baby-like creatures called carrion crawlers would emerge from every nook and cranny of the room and begin to wail. NIGREDO would then start to look around, and her eyes would eventually land on the unlucky soul that had entered her room. She'd then start to accuse you of stealing her child and run directly at you with scissors in hand. In order to prevent yourself from being attacked, you would have to present her with one of the dolls that were located outside her room, after which she'd return to what she was doing.
That's such a cool, like, game
that was
mechanic.
What was supposed to happen anyways. It's not clear whether Tabula just forgot to write her any lore or backstory, or whether he deliberately created her this way. But after the scene had played out the way it was intended, NIGREDO's personality just flipped dramatically, and she returned to being a perfectly ordinary servant of Nazarik who would just accept orders.
Yeah.
She might even be among the few members of Nazarik who were good aligned. You see, when Demiurgus captured a large group of citizens from the kingdom back in the end of Season 2, Ainz had ordered them to be mercifully executed rather than tortured or experimented on. So NIGREDO, along with the dog maid, had attempted to smuggle the innocent children out of Nazarik, but they were caught, and their actions were almost deemed treasonous. Albedo even wanted to have them executed, but instead they were confined. Because of this, NIGREDO now spends her time isolated in the frozen prison on the tomb's 5th floor.
What?
This could also be yet another example of Tabula's implementation of his love for Gavin.
So they could potentially bring them in.
Even though NIGREDO looks like this scary entity who enjoys killing things, she, in actuality, is against the killing of innocent people.
Wow.
So much so that she would even defy Ainz's direct orders to help the innocent.
That's cool.
As for her build, it was specialized for divination and counter-divination purposes, so Ainz and Nazarik have made numerous uses of her abilities. She was first introduced in the source material back in Season 1, when Ainz used her abilities to locate shelter when she had been mind-controlled.
Oh.
Demiurgus had also arranged to protect himself from being spied on during his meeting with adventurer Ainz so as to prevent Ainz from breaking his cover. So her abilities are quite focused on observation and information gathering. Now,
Cool.
Rubedo on the other hand has nearly no
Rube's
information attributed to her. But let's start with the things that we do know. Her name means reddening, symbolizing perfection and reunification. Though there isn't a single visual to show you of her, you can assume that red plays a prominent feature in her design. And you might be able to speculate that because of Tabula's Gap Moe-Lub, he probably designed her like this cute, weak little girl who will just end up one-shotting your ass into oblivion.
Yeah.
But who exactly is she, though? Well, honestly, I don't know. Let's just say that while NIGREDO thinks that she's a rather unusual being that will bring disaster on Nazarick, Albedo thinks she's relatively harmless. Or at least, however dangerous or powerful she may be, or however much potential for ruin that she has, it's unlikely for her to direct that destructive potential towards Nazarick. We know she's the most powerful entity in Nazarick. We also know that she was not created by normal means like the rest of the NPCs, and that she doesn't show any empathy.
Whoa.
And when I say that she's the strongest entity in Nazarick, I mean stronger than all other guild members, including the world champion Touch Me. So yeah, that's pretty damn strong. It's because of this fact of her absolute strength, combined with knowing that she wasn't created through normal means, that fans speculate that she might be an artificial humanoid construct created via the caloric stone. The caloric stone being this world item which could potentially be used as a golem's core, or to create or enhance one thing. The full details on this was in my world items video, so you can go watch that if you want to know more about them.
Go check that out.
But
we're gonna
now,
check that out.
It's highly possible that the world item known as the caloric stone was used to give Nazarick their greatest offense. She can beat a fully stacked Ainz, and easily defeat each of the close combat specialist floor guardians.
What?
It would also tie very nicely into Tabula's lore if he was able to end up creating Rubedo as the greatest alchemic creation. But, once again, that's just speculated and not confirmed.
Oh my god.
But yeah, that's NIGREDO and Rubedo. I really wish I could share more, but there just
there's
isn't
no
that
info,
much
so you
info.
can't. No, wow.
Anyway, let me know what you guys think of Albedo's sisters, and feel free to share any theories that you may have on them. But as always, thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this type of anime content, then you already know what to do. So, until next time, ciao!
Wow. Cool. So, interesting enough though, when he's saying NIGREDO and the dog lady tried to flee and then were captured, who's to say that didn't happen in the background of the anime and they could bring that in into season 4 at some point, just have them locked away somewhere? That'd be really cool. But then Rubedo, she's that powerful, Jesus freaking Christ. Like, don't know how they do that unless she's sealed away somewhere. And like when he said strongest, I was like, okay, he's not exaggerating. Stronger than everybody. It's like, what the frig? So that's some crazy stuff, man. That's Albedo's sisters. Boom. That's so yeah, there we go. Freaking hell. Cool. So yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. What did you guys think of that? What did you guys think of this? Click like, subscribe if you haven't already. Leave comments down below. Let me know what I should watch and discuss in future videos. And I'll see you guys, yes, all of you guys, next time.